For the year of 2024, I made a goal that I was going to keep track of every non-consumable item that came into our home and every non-consumable item that we decluttered, with the goal of decluttering more items than we brought in. So the results are here now at the beginning, now that the year is over. And what I mean by non-consumable items are things like clothes, books, toys, home decor, anything like that. And things that I did not count were things that would just generally be used over the course of their life. So like makeup, art supplies, food, cleaning supplies, anything like that is stuff that I didn't count in this. And for the record, we are a family of 6. We also have 2 cats and a dog. So these numbers are counting for our family size. Now, if I could do this over, I would definitely keep track in more detail, like how many books, how many clothes, things like that, because I know those were huge ticket items that came in. A lot of them came in. One thing I did notice, though, way back in January is the free stuff that was coming into our home that I did not expect. So that was a very surprising thing to learn on this journey of, especially for kids. They get stuff when they go to parties, the dentist, the doctor's, grandma's house, just anywhere. It seems like they're coming back with more stuff. So I did keep track of that. We had 328 free items come into our home this year. That was 28% of all of the items that came into our home. We're just, here you go. Like, it was free items. We did buy 774 items, and we got a 3D printer towards the end of the year that my son just thought was the greatest thing ever and kept it running pretty much constantly. So that in our home we made 56 items as well. So that our total non-consumable items that came into our home for the year of 2024 was 1,158. I did not expect it to be that much. I thought, we don't buy very much. So I thought it was very eye-opening, because it's like, when you buy a pack of socks, you're buying 12 items, and we have 6 people. So it adds up. I bought some hair accessories for my youngest daughter, and it came with 40 pieces in the set. So, things add up. We also, in our state, there's multiple ways to get funding for homeschool. So we had a lot of books that we bought. I kept track just of all the books either we bought or were given. We were given a lot too. And in just the general, like August, September, it was 251 books. So that was 22% of all of the items that came into our home were books. So, I don't have a problem with books, I guess. I guess there's worse things to be bringing in. So, anyway, I did it again. I would definitely keep track. How much are clothes, how much are books, how much is toys, things like that. Now, as far as items that we chose to get rid of, I had original goal of 2 items a day, which it's a leap year. It would turn out to be 732 items. Clearly, that would not be enough. I realized that way back in July. It's like, oh. So I was like, well, we'll make our goal 1,000 items that we will try to get rid of. And as the year went on, I realized even that was not going to be enough. I feel like keeping track of the items that were coming into our home was the most motivating thing to declutter my house. It pushed me to go further than I ever would have gone without knowing how much was actually just flooding into our home. Over, more than over 3 items a day, just coming in. By the end of November, we were only 200 items that we had gotten rid of over how much had come in. The gap was only 200. And I was like, December, guys. It's like we have multiple birthdays in December. We have the major gift giving holiday in December. I knew a lot was going to be coming in. And plus my son with the 3D printer just being like, woohoo, it's a toy making machine. So December was actually one of the months that I decluttered the most, which was surprising. That was another thing I learned is the first 6 months we went through the house. I decluttered everything that I thought there was to declutter. It's like, I'm done. And yet, by the end of the year, I was still finding more things. Some of those were from the beginning of the year we needed for just a short time. But a lot of it, I don't know. The more you declutter, the more you're like, I actually can live even with less. Clearly, you can't make the goal to get rid of more than you bring in every year because then you'll have nothing. But it is something, it's a worthwhile thing to do, especially just learning about how much even comes in, I think is really worth it to, understand buying habits as well as just the free stuff. Anyways, going back, I was highly motivated in December and still I did not declutter as much as we came in. By the end of December, by the end of the year, we had decluttered 1,348 items. So yes, we did it. Decluttered more than came into our home, but it was only 190 items. And I was like, that was a lot of work to have that small of a gap. Only 190 items. Now, I'll still take it, but it was, I'd say the most surprising thing of doing this wasn't the amount I could declutter. It was the amount coming in. And not only does that make me want to be a more conscious consumer of things that are coming in, but realizing just the flood of stuff that shows up at your doorstep. Here's a box of clothes for your kids, or here's, my husband would go to a business trip and come back with stuff. Whatever it is, it's constantly coming in, and I think something like that is important to be aware of. I don't know how to stop it. I don't have the answers, but at least now I have the information to know that that's something to be aware of and that I can hopefully now do something about it. If you have any ideas, let me know, because I'm looking for ideas of how to slow the flow. I've been trying for a year. It's really hard. So please comment below. And if you have done this for whether a month, a few months, year even, whatever, if you've kept track of all the items coming in to your home, I would love to hear your experiences and how that has helped adjust either your buying habits, your decluttering habits, anything like that. Because I just know just having a simplified home is so worth it. It's worth fighting the flood of stuff that's coming in to keep your home simple and peaceful. And how quickly it could get overrun if we just became complacent and stopped decluttering. So that was another thing to keep going, keep decluttering, and keep it up. You are worth it. A simple, peaceful home is worth it. And good luck on your simplifying journeys. I'll see you again.